can't handle the truth.
Hello everybody, my name is Ifan Yoba and this is 360 Degree Mastery. This is the channel where we teach you personal effectiveness, self-mastery, and how to create, grow, and manage your wealth. Today's video is going to be a bit controversial, but I want you to stay with me. Normally, I do not comment on political matters. I stay away from politics. But I have to say something. A lot of things are going wrong in the country. Children are being abducted. Governments are turning a blind eye to the plight of the people. There's a lot of corruption and looting. And people have asked me this question. In fact, somebody challenged me openly and said, Ifani, you are well-traveled. You're a very smart guy. You're always online giving advice. Explain to us why we are suffering so much, why there's so much suffering in this country, why things are going wrong. And you know what? I take the challenge. I'm going to give you an answer, but you might not like what I'm going to tell you. But I can assure you that it is the truth. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why there's so much suffering in the country, why there's so much corruption and things are going wrong. The first reason is that power is not felt until it is abused. That is the nature of power. You don't feel power until you have exerted it to the point of abusing it. And that's what the leaders are doing now. They have that power and they want to feel that power. They want to exert it and they're abusing it right now and the people are suffering. But they don't care because they want to feel the extent of that power, and that's what's going on. The second reason is that a lack of consequence breeds audacity. A lack of consequence always breeds audacity. If you have a child and the child is doing something wrong and looking at you, you don't punish that child will continue to push the envelope to see how far they can go. And that is exactly what is going on. The people are being pushed. The leaders are pushing the people because nobody has held them accountable. In times past, governments have stolen, they've looted funds, they have been very corrupt, they've turned a blind eye to the plight of the people, they have been incompetent, and nobody held them accountable. That is why this government now, they've seen that the people are not going to do anything. Nobody's going to rise up against them. Nobody's going to hold them accountable. That is why they can go ahead and do and undo. And that is what is going on. There was a time when they would loot funds and then they would lie to us. They would manufacture a lie. No matter how stupid the lie was, a snake swallowed the money. That was then. But now they don't even bother to give you an explanation. We've stolen the money. There's nothing you can do about it. And the third reason is that corporate evil multiplies. When I say corporate evil, this is what I mean. When we're under a dictatorship, there was one man in charge, one man in power. If he was an evil man, his policies, his actions were going to make a lot of people suffer. That is what happens when you have an evil king. If the king is evil, the people are going to suffer. But if you now have a collection, an aggregate of evil people who are in power, then you can be sure that that evil is going to multiply to the point that it's going to be a burden on the necks of the people. And that is what is going on right now. When you have a political party, you have a lot of people. If the agenda is evil, if it is to further their own evil cause, then people are going to suffer even more than if there was one man in power. So that's that explanation. Corporate evil multiplies. The fourth reason is that the people are unwilling to take responsibility for their lives, for their destinies. You see, in our country, we would rather kneel down and pray to God to give us a good leader, a perfect leader, an angelic leader, than to hold the leaders that we have right now accountable for their actions. There are laws, there is a constitution, but people do not follow them. There is a chain of command, there are duties, but people do not care. Everybody is just interested in lamenting and lamenting. And then we'll go to church or we'll go to mosque or wherever it is that we worship, we'll go and pray that God should take these people away and give us good people, not knowing that the people that are in charge now, they came from among us, which leads me to the fifth reason why things are going so wrong in the country. And that is this. I've said it before on this platform. The character of a government is a reflection of the character of the people. Yes, you might not like it, but that is the truth. You see, what is going on at the top is a reflection of what is going on at the bottom. People lack discipline. People do not want to be held accountable. We do not want to follow the rules. We don't obey laws. And then we want things to be well for us. Okay? And that is what's going on. Those people that are in power, we secretly envy them. We secretly covet their wealth. And we are waiting in turn for scraps to fall to us to consume, or for us to get to that position where we too can exert our power and abuse it, where we can act with audacity, where we can aggregate with our fellows and commit evil, and where we will not be held, accountable for the things that we are doing. So those are the reasons why things are going so wrong in this country. Like I said, It's a controversial video and you might not like the answers, you might argue. A lot of you might come for me online. I really don't mind, but it is the truth. We can debate it if you want. If you have a comment to add, you can go to the comment section and let us know what you think. My name is Ifeanyi Ubah and this is 360 Degree Mastery. I'm wishing you a prosperous week ahead, such as it were, and I will see you next week, God willing, with more tips and more information on how you can live a better, happier and more successful life with peace of mind. Namaste.